for so long. We've been waiting for this time to begin. We ain't getting any older. I kinda feel a little younger. Run away and embrace the day. The sun is out, won't go away. Feel the clouds on your shoulder. Touch the sky, feeling bolder. Going out, going all the way. Going
Did you know that the new term for albinos is PWA, person with albinism? Hi, my name is Stephonia Bush, and in 2026, I'm going to take a deeper glance into the world of albinism through the stories and personal experiences of those that are living with this medical condition. This video series, inspired by my children's book, Hi, my name is, and I'm a person with albinism, will give us a more intimate glance in what it looks like to actually live with albinism. So each week, I get the privilege to sit down and have a conversation with a different person with albinism, and I would love for you to join me. So tune into my channel every Saturday as we learn, explore, and celebrate the beauty of albinism. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss an episode. See you soon. On this episode of Hi, my name is, we talk to Nigerian native Taiwo Ofure. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Before we get started, I know there's a stigma around albinos. So do you prefer being referred to as an albino or a person with albinism?
I prefer being referred to as a person with albinism. Being called albino sounds derogatory.
Okay. I just want to have a conversation and let the world get to know you a little bit better and your experience being a person with albinism. Tell us your name, where are you from, and just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Taiwo Agwaifu. I'm from Edo State, Nigeria. I'm a twin. I have two other siblings with albinism. That is my twin brother and my elder brother. So my twin brother is late now, lost me to famous cell carcinoma of the skin. That's skin cancer.
Okay.
I am an ability and disability advocate in the state where I reside. We advocate inclusiveness in all areas of life that involves persons with disabilities and abilities and albinism rather. I'm the state publicity secretary of Albinism Association of Nigeria, Edo State.
Okay. So I know in America, albinism is not very common. How common is albinism in Africa?
Let me use where I live now. Currently, the street where I live, we have like let me say 4 or 5 people with albinism. There are 5 persons with albinism here. We have I, my elder brother, one other guy, and a baby with albinism. So it's very common. Like my family, we have 3. If you go to some families, you see 4. It's rare for you to see a person with albinism in a family. Most times you have 2, 3, 4. I know of 2 families with 4 children with albinism.
Oh, that is way different from the United States. I am the only person in my family with albinism. What is it like to have so many people with albinism, I guess, growing up in Africa?
Where I was born, though I don't know much of, because it seems is peculiar to, is common within an ethnic group compared to another. More people with albinism, and um, northern Nigeria, you see more people with albinism. But when I was in school, let's say elementary school, I think we were only two in the whole of the school. And it is recently you start seeing more people with albinism, people giving birth to, to children with albinism. It was not that common when I was growing up. It's very common now. This baby in my street here, she has an older sibling, though late now, who had albinism. So before it seems I was not feeling it that much, but today, present, if you look around, you see persons with albinism. Me, I meet people every day, different people who are persons with albinism.
Oh wow, that's got to be kind of cool though. And I'm only speaking because I went through my entire childhood without ever seeing another person with albinism. So that's got to be kind of cool. What do you do for a living? Like, what's your profession?
Currently, I'm involved in my family business. We sell food currently, but though I'm a graduate of science laboratory technology, so I've not been able to secure a job.
What is it about albinism that you promote or would like the world to know?
One thing I want the world to promote about albinism, because people here, especially in Nigeria, they think your skin color defines you. It's not true. Most people see persons with albinism as being very fragile. They're not fragile. The only difference is just the melanin. You have a darker skin tone, while I have little or no melanin. I want the world to see us as people who can do well, despite our limitations of not being able to spend long time under the sun. We can still do uh, as even better than people with dark skin tone.
Have you found anything particular that you would say would limit or stop you as a person with albinism from doing what it is that you want to do or what you're passionate about?
The only thing I see, because first of all, let's talk about the health challenge.
Mm-hmm.
The have two limitations: my low vision and my I can't stay out in the sun, because the sun here in Africa, is in Nigeria especially, is very hot. It's very hot.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the things that will limit me to becoming that person that I want to be. That especially the sun and my low vision.
How do you deal with the heat in Nigeria as a person with albinism?
See with
Like, do
what?
y'all wear sunblock or sunscreen?
While growing up, we did not even know that sunblock, yeah, anything like sunblock existed. We were not aware. It was recently we became aware that there are some things you can do to prevent sun damage. When I was younger, the only thing we did was when the sun is too hot, you just leave. But sometimes you cannot avoid the sun because you need to trek to school, you need to you need to play with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I graduated from high school, the awareness was there that there's something you can use to prevent sun damage. So recently, um, sometimes the state government provides funds to support persons with ability to acquire some protective materials like parasol umbrellas, uh, sunscreen lotions, and others. But on my own part, sometimes so you may not have access to sunscreen. Most times I cover my body with I wear protective clothing I wear long sleeves, tie my hair. You can only see my face. Not even all my face, some part of my face.
So that the sun doesn't is not you're not in direct contact with the sun rays.
Because what is 9 a.m. The sun is already out here and it's very harsh. Very harsh. If you stay like 10 minutes without any protective clothing or using your sunblock, or you essentially get burnt within within 30 minutes you'll be burnt.
You wear protective clothing, but y'all don't wear sunblock. Well, do you wear sunblock now that y'all have become aware of sunblock, or
I do. But the only challenge is access to sunblock because not everybody that can afford it. Me, I buy the one I can afford. That's what I do. It's not everyone that can. Even if you want, government can give to you, but sometimes it will be difficult to get that type that will suit your skin because it's not every sunscreen I can use. And sometimes if I use a particular product, I might have a skin reaction. So maybe that one that that is suitable for my skin, it will be difficult for me to get it. And anytime I lay my hands on it, I will manage it. I will use it like uh, my life depends on it. I will not want it to finish on time. So the sunblock only on my face. Only on my face because all of my body is already covered. So
yeah.
as for the sunscreen, not to get finished on time.
Of growing up, you didn't use sunblock that often. So, were there any like natural remedies that you had that would help prevent sun damage from the sun prior to the use of sunblock? Like over here in America, we have all of these reels and stuff that will tell us what foods we can eat that will help minimize the damage from the sun. I don't know how well they work, but if you didn't have access, it's hotter over there than it is over here, and you didn't have access to sunblock, and yet most of your skin is clear, gorgeous, like, so is there any like home remedies or any things that you all use that help minimize the damage to the sun?
The truth is, there are no home remedy. None. None. That's why you see when you come to Nigeria, you see most persons with albinism having they are seeing photo age. See most of them looking way older than their age mate because of the damage UV rays has caused to the skin. So there was nothing for you to use. You're just on your own. Because the awareness was not even there that stay under the sun for a very long time, for a period of time, the skin will get damaged. It was even recently I got to find out that there is half sun. We were not aware of this. We were not aware. That's why you see there's high rate of skin cancer in Nigeria among the PWA community. Very high. I lost my twin brother to skin cancer. I lost a friend to skin cancer. I have another person in battling skin cancer at this moment. So it's a very serious issue here.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm learning so much. Okay, let's switch a little bit. Okay. One of the common things with people with albinism is the eyesight issue. And I know it's common. Most everyone that I talk to have that issue with eyesight. How do you maneuver life with your vision issues? Because I'm very
Ah,
curious as to how you do it in Africa.
okay. Let me start with when I was in elementary school because my mom was so conscious of our eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
She made sure we were able to read the basic things before we Barrett Elementary School. So I tell people before I started school, I was able to read. I can read very well. But the challenge we had was because normally in elementary schools in Nigeria, the classes are always crowded. I have a class of almost 50, something, even 40 in a class.
Ooh.
So what we used to do was we leave our seat, and most times the front seat was always far from the notice board. So most times what we do was we will go to the board, we'll check, we will go from our seat to the board, we'll go and copy one line and come back and write it down and go back again and copy till that class will end. That was how we were doing it. So at the time when we got to let me say elementary 5, there was a teacher who noticed it that it's painful to see your pupil going to the board, copying and coming back. So he discovered that we were able to take dictation. What he did was that while he's writing on the board, he will be dictating and will be writing down. So there was no need for us to go to the board and copy and come back to our seat. That was what we were doing. But when I got to a high school, they don't copy notes on the board because they assume once you are passed through elementary school, you can now read. So they take down the dictation. So going through school was no longer difficult for me. And even if they want to copy, because I was that exceptional student, the teacher will give me the notes to copy and to copy to on the board for the students to write from. So I was not having issues with that. So my sight is not that bad, but you feel bad. Like my elder brother, he can drive. They test him with ability, but he can drive. So me, I've not gathered the courage to go and learn how to drive.
So you don't drive?
So I don't. But my elder brother, he does.
Why you don't drive?
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of driving.
Why? If I can ask.
Not because of my eyes, exactly, but I'm scared. I'm scared to be behind the wheel. I'm just
Oh, okay.
scared.
So it has nothing to do with your low vision that you're scared
No,
to drive.
my teen brother, his sight, he was looking at this. When he's looking at distant objects, his own sight was better than my own. But for him to see objects, especially small print, it was very difficult for him. But for me, it was easy for me to see smaller print than him. For him, he can see further objects than me. So we are complementing each other while in school or we're going together.
So you said you can see smaller objects?
Yes.
Can you see further than him, or do they still have to be up close for you?
On the closer object, he doesn't see those smaller fonts at all. For me, I will be the one to help him look at it and tell him what is written there. But for me, I can't see very far objects from me, but he can see far objects. So in a way, I'm more short-sighted than him.
Okay. So he can see further than you, but you can see smaller print.
Yes.
Oh. Do you wear glasses?
No, I don't. I don't. I stopped using glasses in elementary 4
No.
because they were not working. They were not working. There was no need to buy them.
I understand. I don't wear glasses for the same reason. My eye doctor actually told me I only need glasses for reading and for driving. And for the rest, because my eyesight is never going to improve to the point where the glasses are really going to provide correction. And so he was like, to wear glasses all the time, it's just a waste of your time. And it gives me a headache.
They were not working, so there was no need for me to use them. So a doctor told us that we can use for those that has a very bad vision. We can use a low vision lenses like a telescopic lens. I feel there's no need for it. If I'm maneuvering life every day, there will be no need for it.
Right. How old are you?
I'm 30.
You're 30?
Yes,
Oh, okay. See, just to get more, how many sisters and brothers you said you have with albinism?
two.
Two.
Two
Do,
brothers.
do your parents
Brothers.
have albinism? Either one of them?
No, they don't have a
They
no,
don't
none.
have it?
They don't
Okay.
have it.
Do you have more people in your family with albinism outside of you and your siblings?
I was told my grandfather was he had albinism, but a milder one. Very mild. His hair was dark brown, but his skin tone was very light. It was not that serious. He was light skin. His hair was not dark. That was how he was. But he become our own form of albinism. Like my mom said when she gave birth to the twin, that was the very white one, very white. While my twin brother he was red. That means our kind of ability was still very different from. They're not having the same exact type of though we did not go for genetic testing to know the exact type of ability we had.
It's wonderful talking to you, and I giving a glimpse of what albinism looked like for someone else, especially in another country. I hear all of the issues that people with albinism have in Africa, and it's good to talk to someone who I guess has a different story than what mainstream media always shows, because all I've ever seen for people in Africa was, how they chop off limbs and, target people with albinism. And that's all I know. Made me afraid to come to Africa because I thought, I didn't want to be attacked in public. I know it's not all of Africa, but in Nigeria, did y'all fear that you're always in danger, or is that is that in certain parts of Africa?
Where I live, I don't feel any danger here. Where I live, no danger here. Because the awareness is already there that we are human like every other person. The only difference there is just the color of the skin. Lack of melanin is just the difference there.
Are there parts in Africa where those stories are true?
Yes, East Africa.
All you hear is about the plight of people with albinism in Africa, and it's good to hear someone that grew up in Africa where albinism is prevalent to say, no, we don't do that here. So then it broadens their horizons and make Africa maybe a possible place to visit. So now, before we conclude this, tell me one thing about you as a person that nobody knows.
Okay. Taiwo. Okay, my name is Taiwo. I was raised by a single mom. Most people don't know about that. They don't know. They always ask about that. But that was absent.
What does your name mean?
Okay. My name, Taiwo, was given to me because I was the first twin. Where I live, the first twin is always named Taiwo or Taye, while the second twin is Kende. But the name I was given, uh, not as a twin, is Ofure, and Ofure means peace. That's the name you see on my Facebook profile.
So now you say you're 30. You have navigated through albinism for 30 years. With the experience that you have now, what advice would you give to a younger person that has to navigate through life with albinism?
So, if you are living in tropical Africa, the first advice, even if I meet women with babies strapped on their back with albinism, the first thing I tell them is, please take your child away from the sun. You cannot afford sunscreen, keep them away from the sun. Only allow them go out early morning or late evening, because skin cancer care is expensive in Nigeria. The pain and trauma that comes with skin cancer, I don't wish it for my enemy. So as a person with albinism, especially tropical Africa, stay away from the sun, because you are doing yourself good by one, your skin will not age very fast. You see people around with saggy skin, with wrinkled skin, or they tell you their age, you'll be surprised. See people in their 20s, 30s, having saggy skin, wrinkled skin, dry skin, just because of overexposure to the sun rays. I'll first of all advise them to do that. Number two, growing up, seeing yourself different from other people, think you need to develop a thick skin. Because no matter what, there are some people that will come out and talk down on you. They will belittle you. Like when I was growing up, you hear people, if you are walking along the street, there's a song they chant and they clapping. The group of children will just be singing and singing together, calling you. That song can be very annoying. So just look beside those things, just keep them behind. Raise your head up. Don't look at if there's anyone uh, that will that will bring you down. Let them know that your lack of melanin does not limit you to excel in anything you want to do in this life. Your lack of melanin does not mean you don't have a functioning brain. Your lack of melanin doesn't mean that you can't think very well. That's what I want to tell anybody that has albinism, not only in Africa but all over the world.
Typically when people see people with albinism, they automatically assume that there's things that they can't do. And it's one of the stigmas that I would love to abolish altogether, that there are nothing that we can accomplish. And I love what you said, your lack of melanin does not mean that you don't have the brain functions. Like, that has nothing to do with your ability to do whatever you want to do. This eyesight also does not limit you. So I enjoy talking with you. Is there anything you would like to say before we end?
The only thing I want to say about um, um, albinism is that here in tropical, the rate of skin cancer is very high. I was I was in a teaching hospital, that is a tertiary um, health center. That was around 2016. I was able to, I was doing my industrial training in that hospital. I was able to come across 813 with albinism in that hospital between March 2016 and December 2016. They came to our office to have their food block count known, food block count set, and their access volume. They all came for one purpose. The reason they came was just the same thing. Same thing, they came for the same purpose. What was the reason they came? The reason was that they were all down with skin cancer. It's a very big challenge for us in Nigeria especially. And out of those 8 people, I think though I lost contact with some, but I think 3 people are dead now after a series of surgery, chemotherapy, radiotherapy. We still lost them. So, though people will say um, albinism is not a disability, but here in Africa, I can't say albinism is a death sentence. Because most times, by the time the cases of skin cancers are presented in the hospital, it is almost at the end stage, or maybe the third stage of skin cancer. And most of those skin cancers, they are not easily, or they are always famous carcinomas, which is very dangerous. So it's a very big issue. I have a friend that is battling with skin cancer. She's on chemotherapy for almost a year now. We are just helping her with prayer that she recover from it. So it's a very big issue here in Africa, Nigeria especially.
We'll definitely keep her in our prayers that she recovers. This has been educational for me to be able to see albinism through the eyes of someone else, and not to have to live solely by my experience with it. I've spent more time on the interviews getting to know persons with albinism than I've had the opportunity to do in person. I didn't meet another one, didn't get an opportunity to talk to another one or get to know anyone else with albinism. And so this has really been educational for me to be able to see what albinism looks like through the eyes of someone else who also deals with it. I know. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. You have a good evening. Bye bye. We've come to the end of another episode of Hi, my name is, and I'm a person with albinism. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for taking time to learn a little bit more about albinism and the people that live with it. Tune in next week, same time, same channel, so that we can explore the world of albinism through yet another beautiful PWA. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you won't miss next week's episode. See y'all next week. Love y'all.